Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How's everyone doing today? Merry Christmas. I know it's not Christmas yet, but Christmas is my favorite time of the year because I love to bake cookies and watch Christmas movies. So I hope you guys are getting ready for Christmas. I noticed that there's a lot of traffic out there. I myself finished with work today and I wanted to do this video earlier, but I didn't have time. It was an extremely busy day for me today. I hope you guys are looking forward to the weekend because I am. Um, Speaking in reference to movies, I was trying to watch one the other night. There was on Lifetime. They have all these Christmas movies. I don't know how they make so many of them at one time. And most, I browsed through the list of what is going to come on. And then I decided to watch one because it caught my attention. It was about a woman who met this guy on the street. She was doing her errands. And I guess they bumped into each other or something. But after talking with him for a few minutes, she realized or she felt he was her soulmate. And this is hysterical. He gave her his she put his number in her cell phone and they were going to meet for coffee or something like that. And then she walked away and was looking at her phone and a guy bumped into her and her cell phone fell down the drain, the sewer drain. And I tried really hard to stay up to see what happened if she ever met up with him again. And I fell asleep. I don't remember what the name of the movie was. And when I woke up, it was going off. And I was like, oh my God, like that, because that caught my attention and I wanted to see what happened. And I can't even look up the movie because I don't remember what the name of it was. If you guys know what that movie is, send me a message in a comment category so that I can record it or something and watch it later. But it's hard for me to stay up late. I don't know. I'm just like been tired with all this stuff going on. And I noticed like coming home today that I saw six people pulled over. Cops had people pulled over. They're all over the place tonight. So guys, just be careful out there. Don't do anything that's going to get you a ticket or anything like that. Just be careful. And the stores are starting to get packed up as well. I'm glad I'm done with what I had to do. So, guys, I hope these messages are helping you. And I have on my Christmas top today. I had on the hat and the antlers, all of the stuff earlier. Like I said, it's my favorite time of the year. I'm looking forward to working a few days next week and having off until the second. And then I'm going to bake and watch movies and enjoy. And it's kind of hard, but with the holidays because it would be depressing. But I try to do things now that make me happy, like I talk about in these videos with you guys. Those who are recently going through the loss of loved ones or some type of depression or grief, make it an effort, even if it's one thing a day, to do something that makes you feel happy. You know, if it's taking a bubble bath, having some candles, listening to some music, going to the gym, whatever it is, do something that makes you happy, and, for the day, make a goal of doing that. So today we're going to talk about the pros of healing. That's the topic of discussion today, the pros of healing. And it feels good when you start to do the work, not at first, but as you start to feel better, because as you feel better, you want to do more. I know for myself, I'm speaking from experience. As I do little by little, I start to feel better. Like, for example, today when I had my session with my therapist and we talked about something, that was on my mind. And, he has ways of looking at things. And it just helps a lot to get certain things off my chest and to talk to him about certain things, and the fact that I'm doing the work and he sees that I'm putting forth the effort, because it's not easy, guys. None of it is easy, but it gets better. As you go through the pain and you go through the tears and all of the trigger moments of the grief, as you take a step and then you may fall down and may not take another step for a few days or so, and you take that second step and you keep doing it, you start to feel better. And as you feel better, you start to self love on yourself. That's the pros of healing. You know that the healing process is starting to work because you want to, like for me, for example, I want to eat better. Now, instead of a lot of coffee and things, I just buy a lot of different teas and drink that and sip on that. And, eating better. Like I eat chickpeas now. I love them. I used to eat those all the time, but I'm finding myself eating more healthier salads and things like that. You know, and then I'm self conscious now about watching my weight and losing weight and things like that. Before, it wasn't on my mind because I was so fixated on the grief and the loss that I couldn't think about my health, physical or mental. That's why I talk to you guys about it, even if on a regular basis, because even if you take baby steps, it's going to help. Just keep going, persevere, and bite through the pain. And I didn't know how to do that. Didn't want to do it at first, but it was necessary because my health, everything was being affected. I wasn't um, doing what I needed to do to help myself because the depression and the trigger moments was really heavy, especially in the beginning, of all these losses and things like that. And now I take care of myself better. And, I still have my moments, the holiday time would be difficult, but now I'm making goals to do things that I like doing, that I look forward to doing. And eventually, you guys, as you take step by step, little steps, you start to take bigger ones. And then you start to feel better. And then you say, let me take a bigger step. And as you do that, you feel better. And then you want to do a little more, and that's how it works. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Healing is always an ongoing process, but it's important to start with your mental and physical health because without that, like I always say on this channel, you can't do anything else. So it's important to make sure that you are keeping low levels of toxicity and things like that in your life. And I had to learn how to do that. And some of the ways I would do that is have conversations, with people who are bringing toxicity to the table. Maybe some people are not aware that they're doing that. They're having conversations. Other people were aware that they were doing it. They didn't care. And when I realized they didn't care, I removed them from my life, block, cut off, and delete. And as I said on a prior video, I was feeling bad about it for a long time, and I would unblock people and then they come back and do something worse. So I always say I will never allow a snake to bite me twice. You know, Never allow a snake to bite you twice. The second bite can be deadly. And I'm very, um, what's the word I want to use about my, and not just environment, but space. I am very self conscious. I'm not sure if self conscious is the word, but about who I allow into my space and who I, you know, cultivate friendships and things like that with. Because sometimes people, are not bringing an equal give and take to the table. Sometimes people have negative ulterior motives. So I take my time with everything I do and get to know people and see who they are. It's important. Toxicity, I can't take a lot of that anymore. And for a long time, my therapist was helping me with that because I was just having a whole lot of situations with toxic people and all of that. And I'll be quite honest with you guys, I was scared to get rid of some people, because I was just afraid of how they felt and whatever the case is. But it was necessary. It was necessary to do it because as you get rid of all the toxicity and negative stuff and people who don't want to see you get better and do better, you start to feel better. At first you feel like depressed or upset. For me, I was feeling like overwhelmed because I started to find out a lot of betrayals and gossip and all this other stuff that was going on. And when I had confirmation of it, I would be crying a lot because I thought these people had my back. And then when I realized that wasn't the case, I had to cut off, block, and delete. But time time heals everything. And as I get better, I do better. You know, peace is better than being in pieces. Trust me. Peace is better than being in pieces and having people walk all over you and do things. All of that I'm talking about is part of the healing process. Because what sense is it to heal places that you're hurting and feel broken, and then you got toxic and narcissistic people coming around. You're never really going to heal if you keep that in your life. So I know I had to get rid of it, and it was really important. And as I did that, I started to feel peace and have peace, and that's what I come on this channel to talk about. A priority. Your mental and physical health is a priority. Your healing is a priority because without that, you can't do anything else. And it's important to have that. It doesn't matter what other people think. You matter. And as you start to do the work little by little and take these steps, you start to love yourself. And when you start to love yourself, you want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your physical, mental health. You want to eat better. You want to be around people who care about you and people that you care about, and just live life and have a peaceful life. And the drama and the toxicity, I just want to see that on TV. I don't want to see that in my life. So I do everything to minimize it. And the things that I can't do anything about, I just give it to God. And let's just start there. And I never would have thought that I would be on a YouTube channel sharing about how to minimize and grief and toxicity. But I've been through so much of it, and the things that I'm talking about works. It's been working for me and helping me. And I want to be on this channel because it's important to turn pain into power, power into purpose, purpose into paying it forward to help other people. A lot of people out there feel broken. They feel despair and depression. And then they feel like that they don't have anyone to turn to. I know what that feels like, and it's important for people to get help and not to think that there's something wrong with going to see a grief therapist. We all need help. We all, nobody's perfect here. And you don't have to tell everybody your business, what you're doing, and it's important for people to show up here so that they have hope. They know that um, they don't have to stay in a place of depression, that there's hope out there so that they can get the help that they need. It's so important. I still do therapy up until today, with my therapist every week, and there's no shame to that. We all need help. And when we help one another, then that person, when they get better, they can be a testimony to somebody else, because if they already walked in their shoes and been through what that person is currently going through, they know how to help that person. And then we pay it forward, and people get the help that they need. And what I always say on this channel, I'm not a licensed therapist of any sort. I don't have a degree in therapy. I'm someone who just went through a lot, and these things I'm talking about work. They work for me, and I want to share with others because people need to know that they're not alone. And then, grief bereavement groups help as well, because people there who are hurting talk about some of their experiences with grief and how they got through it, or how they are getting through it. And I'm talking about this a lot today because it's holiday time. Christmas is like a week away, and people who have recently lost loved ones, but they might be spending their first Christmas without those loved ones, and that's hard. I remember the first Christmas without my mother, but they don't celebrate it. But still, it's still my mother, was hard. And, finding things to do, if you need to be alone, you do what you need to do to get yourself through it. And don't feel bad for if you don't want to go hang out with other people, etc. But just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's so important. And please share this video with other people. Subscribe to the channel. Have them to subscribe, because this is a no judgment zone, because we all have something. And I want people to feel comfortable with coming on, and just listening to the messages, and send me messages in a comment category about how this is helping you. Continue to share so that other people can hear these messages. And you guys, enjoy your weekend. I'm going to go get something to eat now. I just came in and I haven't eaten since this morning. But I wanted to jump on here because it's important. I try to be here Monday through Friday. I never really know exactly what time because of my busy schedule. But even if I come on sometimes and it's only for 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes of helping somebody, because somebody somewhere, a few people may be in a corner depressed. And you may not know what they're feeling, because a lot of people, or some people, don't talk about how they're feeling. You know, they just going through the grief. And if they come on this channel, they know there's hope, because there's other people who've gone through what they're feeling, and they're not alone in it. No one should feel alone. I don't want that. I want to help people. So please continue to show up here, share the videos, and thank you so much for your support. And you guys have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday with a new message. Remember, be careful out there. Like I said earlier, the cops are all over the place. Make sure you're not speeding and doing stuff, because they will get you. So that's the message again. And everybody have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.